Hey guys, what can I say? All I can say to you is this. Imagine, imagine training 32 to 36
Hey guys,
hours
what can I say?
per week, right? Just imagine doing that. You've been training, call it 32 to 36 hours per week, only for you to perform maybe 6 minutes, 4, 5, 6 minutes the most on the world stage. Imagine that. Mm. Hey, everybody, I'm Sharon. Welcome to the channel. This is RN2 CEO. This is where we come to get the information we need, mind, body, soul, and spirit. Most of it is around entrepreneurship. Most of it is about how you show up in the world, the things that you want for yourself and your family, living the life that you deserve and the life that you desire. All right, so we're going to talk a little bit about the Olympics in Paris. And that, I am telling you, has been a doozy. So, for those of you who are in Paris at the moment, hello, at the time of this recording, I have some friends who are over there. I have friends in London also. They're telling me we're going over and we're going to do this and we're going to do that. What are you doing? I'm back here in the States, but I am here waving my flag. Guess what? I really am. I'm over here waving my flag. So hopefully the you guys can see me okay and it's not interrupted. I'm hoping that the thing is not interrupted. But as you come in, just give me a thumbs up. Let me know if you can actually see what's happening with the live stream. I want to make sure that you're able to see the live stream because it's stopped for a moment. But yeah, I want to talk about all the different runners, right? Let's talk about those who have been training. And for me, you're going to see me with my flag, right? You're going to see me with my flag. Yay. You're going to see me with my flag talking about Jamaica because, oh, just in case you didn't know, this is the flag of Jamaica. Just put in Jamaica and you will see we have some of the fastest people in the world and other countries do also. But that's, some of us, you may know us by Usain Bolt, um, and Shelley Ann Fraser Price and all the different people. I'm just talking about the main ones right now that pop out into my head. I do have some notes somewhere here, so it's no disrespect to anyone. But what I really wanted to talk about is how we show up in life and in business and the things that we so desire. All right. Like I'm out here, I'm having this conversation with you, and the mosquitoes really love me because somebody opened the door and so the mosquitoes came in. So if you see them going around and me doing this, it's just the mosquitoes, all right? But what I wanted to say to you, we look at a lot of the individuals who are running, and some of them got hurt, right? We know uh, there was a big deal with Shelley Ann Fraser. Like, what happened? What happened with her? It was said that she could not get into the Olympic Village. The same thing, I think, with Sharika Richardson. So a lot of that happened. I don't know the full story. We're just waiting to find out what the full story is and what truly happened and why she was not able to get in to warm up, right? So the Paris Olympics, it's a few things has been happening, but in this particular case, we don't know why. Now we're hearing it's due to injury, and maybe she didn't get to warm up enough. Whatever the rules might have been changed. I did another video, if you can watch it, about the rules. Did the rules change? In Paris, they have their rules, and so it slowed things down. And when you're slowed down, you lose momentum. So you could lose momentum in business and in life. And sometimes too, you could train a lot. You could be so prepared that I'm going to have this business plan, or I'm going to know, I have the roadmap to how I'm going to run. And, I have my eyes on the prize, because in this particular case, the eye on the prize, right? The eyes, because there's quite a few of them on the prize, is to get gold just for a few minutes. And only a few people will qualify for that. And this is the same thing. If you want to win in what you're doing, you're going to need support around mentorship, support around coaching and training, and how you you make sure your body is nourished, and also that rest is important. I saw somewhere where Serena Williams said, listen, rest is also important. So in between the training, they're also resting. Sorry, I had to do it, but you know what I'm saying. They also make certain that they are getting the amount of rest that's needed in order for them to operate at their best level, their optimum, right, level. And that's the same thing with you. If you're training, if you're saying there are things that I'm going to do, if there's a plan that I need to outline, many of these people who train, they need to make sure that they have a coach who support them, right? Somebody who has done it, or even somebody who understands the science of how all of that works, how the body works, how the muscles work. How does it all come together? Where in your body, because if you didn't know, I'm also a nurse, right? Where in the body that you store all of your energy? Like in Jamaica, they will say, when Usain Bolt ran, they were like, oh, it's the yellow yam. It's the stuff that he ate. Absolutely, because guess what? The stuff that he ate, it's so important because his parents, they make certain that he had good food. They make certain that the food that he was eating, it's really good. So, they spoke about the yellow yam. They spoke about different things that he ate and what he did. And so many times too, I always feel that we don't put enough thought into nutrition. We don't put enough thought into how we care for ourselves, right? We don't do that. And so for me, I'm going to show you something here real quick. Let's see if I can find it, and hopefully I did not lose you guys, because it was saying that it was private. No, definitely public, and it's done. All right, so let's come back here. But what I wanted to say is this, that I want you to focus on how are you taking care of yourself, especially the mindset. With a lot of these, athletes, one of the things that they do, I know there's something that they do that is called the theater of the mind, that they play things over in their minds. And I remember I used to do that when I was in nursing school. I would study and then I would go and lay down and I would go through what I just read or what I just did. And for me, I wasn't sleeping. I just needed to regulate my breathing. And that's something that I didn't know what I was doing then. But it was just like, you know what? I just got a lot of information in. Let me just go lay down and just walk through it. And so for me, that worked. And later on, only to find out that's something that a lot of people do and what the athletes do. They see themselves running, they see themselves digging down deep. So they get that extra burst of energy and they see themselves winning and crossing that finish line and getting the gold. And that I think is so super amazing. So all the hours of training, Simone Biles said that she may train up to 32 hours per week. That's a lot of time, no matter on techniques, on her landing, her flips, just to make sure her body is in alignment. So these athletes are doing a lot of work just for a few minutes. And they're not just doing it for themselves, they're also on a world stage. So the pressure, just think of the pressure there. So now bring this back to your life. What is it that you need that can support you and help take you to the next level? Like, do you need a coach? Do you need a mentor? Do you need someone who could truly hold that space for you? And so professionally, and I'm going to speak to those of you who have your business and you're saying, Sharon, you know what? I may need a little bit more when it comes to making certain that I'm being held accountable, because sometimes I can think I can do it on my own. And so the lack of accountability you'll fall through. It was just like, I was going to do it and then I can't do it. And some people say I can do it all by myself. And those people, that's for them. But for those of you, I'm speaking to those of you who will say you need more. And yeah, I pump my fist for the people who say they can do it on their own. And truthfully, for me to be a nurse, I needed to go to clinicals. I needed other professionals. I needed other people who have done it, who understood. And so I could glean from them. And that made me a better nurse. I didn't try to figure it out on my own. And so when it comes to the professional development side of things, some people say I can figure it out on my own. But think of your career and the things that you did. You did not do that on your own. You needed somebody else to support you. And this is important because people may think, it's not important. I'm just talking to somebody. So important. I've been able to do that, do a lot of things because I spoke to somebody else. I was able to look at it, see what the problems were, and then the solutions, and came up with a plan, a roadmap, and milestones in order for me to have the system, the structure. And also what it taught me was about commitment. A lot of these athletes, they are committed to it. And there are moments that they're going to fall. There are moments that they're going to cry. There are moments that they may lose out. But guess what? They chose to show up. And that's the same thing about you. So the mindfulness side of things is for you to say, what do I really want? How do I really want to show up in this world? And how do I want to make it a better place? And what's important to me? What are the values? What are the things that are important to me? Which is peace. I get people sometimes come on and they're dropping all sorts of things in down below. But right now for me, peace, joy, happiness, those are the things, as simple as they sound, those are the things that are important to me. And once my cup is filled, I can operate from the overflow. So yes, there are people who are in the Olympics and they're running and they have trained a lot. And so I want to just applaud them. I want to applaud them for the work that they've done. St. Lucia, Jamaica, Dominica, and all the other islands. And if you want to drop it below, you can do that, what types of medals that they've won. But in the meantime, I wanted to bring something to you that you are thinking of yourself. You're thinking about how you are showing up and how by you doing the work, you will see how much better it is. Sometimes you may have to go back to the basics. Sometimes you may have to look at what did I do before that placed me on a path of success. And also to be very realistic. A lot of these athletes, they know that they're getting older. They know that, like, listen, it's not like how it was when I first started. And they also have to come up with a game plan, an exit plan. How do I exit out of this gracefully? How do I go stage left? Hello, how do I get out of this? And so they have to understand and do the work again, the mindset work of understanding that, listen, this is not going to be forever. This is something that I'm choosing to do, but I also need to take care of myself, mind, body, soul, and spirit. All right, so I hope that you found this to be helpful. I just wanted to share some information with you, looking at the Olympics, looking at some of these athletes and how they train, how they choose to show up in the world. And no matter what happens, they chose to take care of themselves first. Some of the athletes weren't able to compete because they knew they had to pull back, go back to making sure that they're warmed up properly. They don't want to do more damage than good. And so you may be in a place, in a space where you would need that pause. I'm going to do a whole nother series on that. I should say a whole another video on when you take that pause for them, for things to regenerate in their bodies. It's not a way for them to come out of a commitment. That's not what I'm saying. It's just for their bodies to regenerate, mind, body, soul, and spirit. All of that is a big deal. And so make certain that you are making decisions when it comes to your overall health holistically, right? You're making decisions when it comes to that because you are so worth it, guys. You are worth it. And that's why I wanted to do this. It is really a big deal when I talk about care for self. I want you to care for you first. Make sure your cup is full. And then from there comes the overflow. So it's a very casual chat I wanted to have with you. Hope that you enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next video. Until next time, everybody, take care. Bye-bye.